world. My name is Max Stein, and I love video games.
I'm Jim Raynor, Raiders Roll, and I like video games.
My name is Raph, and I also love video games.
And welcome to the Game Treasure Podcast, where we discuss treasure video games of yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
This thing is huge.
The Game Treasure Podcast is not for children or anyone with a brain, for that matter.
Sorry.
Yes, your apology accepted. Hello, dear listener or viewer. We have a great episode for you today. As you can tell by the title of this episode and Buck's life-sized StarCraft standee of Lieutenant Raynor, we're doing an episode on RTS Gems. That's right. We've got our very first visit from the king of video games this year.
Hell yeah.
Oh my gosh, really? It's been that long since we saw the
Been
king?
that we haven't seen him, but I cannot wait to see what he has in
missed you,
store
King.
for us.
I'm going to be honest with you. My favorite part of this episode so far is that Buck just had that within arm's reach. Like, it was just there. It's just there.
Yeah, he didn't have to go looking for it.
No, it was just
hold
there.
on one second and turn
Behind
around
the
and then
bubblegum
had it.
machine back there.
Right, yeah.
So he lives that life.
Yeah.
But before we get into that, we are doing something that we haven't done in a while. That's right. We're starting off our episode as we should always, by going back in time with this week's Retro Zone game. Let's have RetroGameTreasure.com and the Mega Bucks send us back, please.
Let's farm back in time.
What do we got there?
Yes, we should farm back in time, honestly. The state of America. Yes.
Not going back in time, we're just farming back in time, right?
Yeah.
I love puzzle games.
Well, you
Really?
do. Yeah,
I
that's
do
true.
really. This one's interesting, though, because it's by Natsume, not famous for puzzle games. Famous
What's
for
Natsume?
what?
Oh, I'm sorry. You stumped me.
Famous for Harvest Moon.
Okay.
I'm talking about, what year was this? Ooh, yeah, 2006 for the Nintendo DS.
Okay.
Puzzle Day Harvest Moon.
Interesting.
Oh, I don't know
puzzle
this game.
Farming
You know, I
game?
always make the
Please
jokes about the
explain it.
Penel Dopon games. Well, this one's actually a little different, even though it still has a similar name to it.
Penel de Pon Puzzle Day.
Puzzle Day
Man.
Harvest Moon.
Very fun.
This is not a Panel de Pon game, actually. This is a much more involved puzzle game, which is really cool. So it's got Harvest Moon aesthetics, and the way that it works is on the side, you got your items, your Tetris blocks as they were coming down, which are things like seeds, fertilizer, bushels to put the things in, all that. And the way the puzzle game works is on the board, you're planting seeds, you're fertilizing them, you're growing them. You have animals there that can disrupt and do things, good or bad. And then you have to, for points, you have to bushel up the food into the baskets, right?
Okay.
Now, where this game gets fun and stupid frantic is it has 4-player multiplayer, and it's one of those games where only one of you needs to have a copy.
Cool.
Oh,
And
man,
the other
that
3
kicks
players
ass.
can just wirelessly play it with you.
Love that.
You'd think that a farming, even a puzzle game, would be a little slow. This game is so stupidly frantic. When you play with 4 people, you can the different animals that get placed out have a color associated with them, and you know each player's a different color, like red, green, yellow, whatever.
I see.
And the animals can do things. They could like eat some of the crops, which messes up your points before you get to score them. They can,
fun.
it's really neat the way that
that's cute.
it kind of plays out. It's fun, right? It's something very, very different in the Harvest Moon universe.
So are you?
This game's 20 years old.
Wow. Are you tapping on the things on the right and then
Right.
tapping on the playfield? Is
Correct.
how that works?
Correct. Yeah, it's a DS game.
Wow.
So top screen is showing you all the different players and where they're at points wise.
Yes.
Bottom screen, you're all sharing the same field.
Or are you
right?
fighting over the
Oh,
same
yes, very
field?
much
Yes,
so.
Oh,
yes, yes.
Yeah. So
You put a sheep where someone just planted some whatever. Now you fucked up their crops.
Yep.
While you're trying to protect yours with some. This is cool.
it's a neat little game, huh?
How does that work with like the only one person needing the game or whatever? How does that work with the? I guess it uses that street walk feature that like the DS had.
It's got like a download thing that it has. It has like a single card download thing. So I don't remember if those broadcast out and you can just feed off it or what. But yeah, it uses
Okay.
something like the Street Pass thing or
It's
something.
pretty damn cool.
I forget how that tech works on that.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
I wish the Analog Pocket people would make a DS
That would be
thing.
cool. Yeah.
Give them time. Give them time.
Having all the same features, like that Street Pass option in there, like that'd be really great.
They're doing the retro game treasure thing. They're like, oh, DS isn't old enough yet. I mean, we consider it old enough.
It may not be old enough, but like I've never seen this game, and I'm like, I want to play this.
It's a 20-year-old game.
Yeah,
20-year-old that's old enough. I think that's retro, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you were born the year it came out, you're in college now.
You can go to war.
You can go to war.
Yes, if you were born the year it came out, you could go to war.
You can.
Jesus.
Almost.
Thanks for making the games dark.
So, man, do you have the console page? Do you sell DSs on your console page very much or no?
We don't really deal a whole lot in the console stuff. We do sometimes from time to time, but the DS is stupid popular right now.
Yeah, and I'm this close to going to somewhere to try to get one or look hunting on eBay or something because I love this console, man.
I still have my
fantastic. Every time we pull
2
a game
DS
from
XL,
it.
3DS XL.
Yeah, and be able to play Game Boy Advance games on it is I've got the Analog Pocket, of course, thanks to you. But man, the DS, nice. Well, so puzzle game, that's really it, right? It has the life aesthetics of Harvest Moon, but it's not a harvesting. There's no other modes besides that multiplayer, or is there?
Correct. It's got a couple different modes, but they're all puzzle based. It's not an actual full on Harvest Moon game, so you don't have to be into strategy or sim games. You just have to like that. And I don't remember if we have this subbed in like the cartoon because it is a little kid aesthetic, but not necessarily a kid's game. But that is another sub genre we go into. So
if you click that genre, you probably have like a 10% greater chance of getting this game in your box or something. So go now to retrogametreasure.com. Let Buck know you have a Nintendo DS and that you like puzzle games and maybe that you like cartoon games. And you too could get your hands on a copy of Puzzle Day Harvest Moon for the Nintendo DS. Very cool. Very cool. Okay, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to listen to and watch our message from the King of Video Games.
You watch
so excited for him.
Okay, we are back, and it is time, no further waiting, to listen to our first message from the King of Video Games. So pull that car over, stop wiping your bottom, stop washing the dishes, stop folding the laundry for
Is that the top 3 or 4 things that people do
during
during
That's what
podcasts?
I'm doing. Yeah, I think. Well, that's what
That's
what the McElroy book said, even though that book was written like 15 years ago. But I digress. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, hit it.
My lords, my ladies, I now present to you the King of Video Games. My lord.
There's a ghost.
My lord.
Take this ghost. Hold on. What?
The Game Treasure Crew message. It's on.
No, I don't. No, I'm not hungry. I don't need to go to the bathroom.
Well, no, you do need to go to the bathroom, but the Game Treasure Crew is...
Don't bother me. I'm playing StarCraft 2. No.
Yes, my lord, but the recording you asked to do...
Vespen gas. RTS gems. Please go away.
My lord, you need to go to the bathroom.
No, I don't go to the bathroom anymore.
Yes, you do. It's everywhere.
Seemed a little distracted today, huh?
It's a Korean LAN party. They don't even get up to shit.
Wow. It looks like the King of Video Game has caught the RTS bug, and I think he said go RTS gems go away. So I guess that he wants us to.
I heard some
pylons being
some pylons
constructed.
Built. I saw some Protoss. Jesus,
yes,
he's a StarCraft guy.
Well, my lord, your wishes are command. Today we've brought some RTS gems for you. I'll preface this with, I don't think this is a gaming genre that any of us are horny for.
No,
so if you are a person that is horny for this, take everything we say with a grain of salt. We apologize ahead of time. I'm not good at them. I don't know if these guys are. They can speak for themselves. But I'll go first. I have 2 games for you, my lord, that come to mind. One is I have less to say about, less things to talk about.
That happens.
So when I heard your message, I recalled a video game that I played in the year 2000 on a Macintosh computer, a straight up the Blueberry plastic thing with the perfectly circular mouse.
Mac on a Mac.
Yes. I'm talking about a game developed by Zono, just a company called Zono, and published by a company called Night Dive Studios. It's a game called Metal Fatigue.
Oh my gosh.
And okay, so
Memory unlocked.
yes, this game had big time nostalgia for me. It's on Steam. You can buy it and play it. I do not recommend doing so.
The nostalgia factor is strong with that one.
I'll explain why. There is like a single gimmick
get a
that
good
makes you
look
go,
at this.
ooh. And it certainly back then made me go, oh, that's cool. And the graphics then were good. Now they are awful. It's like, worse than when we played Fear. So it's a straight up traditional RTS game that has a very generic storyline. I guess this is after StarCraft for sure. When does StarCraft come out? Yeah. So it just copies it. There's 3 factions. One of them is very fast. One of them is very powerful. And one of them is even. And they're all, it's kind of funny. The storyline revolves around each of the 3 factions is led by one of 3 brothers that are all the sons of like the guy that has invented these giant robots. And the RTS gameplay, I'm just going to cut straight to the point, revolves around building these robots that are like way bigger than the units, because obviously RTS, it's pulled out so you get this frame of reference. Very rarely do you get a unit that's really big. And so you get to assemble these robots. We have to do it piece by piece. So there is not a lot of different buildings to build in this game, because it's not like you build the barracks to get to get the science center that unlocks the thing, and then you can get ships or something like this. Like the factory that is the very first thing that you can build, like builds all of the robot parts. So you build those, and then you will every once in a while build a building to unlock a different part should you want to build it, which you won't necessarily need to, which I'll get into in just a second. And so it doesn't have as much stuff as something like StarCraft. It just revolves around like building maybe many factories so you can assemble many parts all at the same time, right? That's the RTS multitasking thing. Any complexity, if there is any at all, comes in the form of deciding what parts you are going to build your robots with. So instead of assembling an army of, a dozen Marines and 5 of these guys and you'll send in like 3 robots. But the question is like what parts. So for example, the starting parts are like regular legs, missile legs, regular torso, regular arm, shield arm, sword arm. And so it's just like the rocket legs take more resources and time to produce, but they obviously let your guy have a ranged attack. But if you give a guy rocket legs and then also a sword, for example, that's going to take a long time to produce those parts. Will he be super awesome and powerful? Yes. Will you have put all your eggs in one basket? Yes. So maybe instead you build a mech that has rocket legs, but then everything else is bland. And then you build a guy that has a single sword arm and a shield to split the difference in production cost and time. And then you just have the guy with the missile legs not rush forward. He just blasts missile from afar. So there's, you understand, as you unlock more parts, that's the strategy involved, is producing small groups of mechs that have specialized attacks based on those pieces of equipment that I mentioned. So pretty cool, but it's just
just a little dated.
It's just
30
so
years
fucking
old.
dated. It'd be really cool to see someone spiritually bring it back. Like I haven't seen an RTS where, like I said, it revolves around putting a unit together piece by piece like this.
That's a very cool idea. Yeah.
It is a cool idea. So Metal Fatigue, King of Video Games. Check a video out maybe of someone like beating the last level, I guess. I don't know. It's a pretty cool game. I liked it when I was younger, but I didn't play it for very long. I went on and played a much more fun game that was made in 2024. Developed and published by Stratagem Blue. It's a game called Glory to Goo.
Okay.
So
I like it.
This is a game that's
It's a good name.
spices up the RTS genre by basically, it's really more of a tower defense type game. But it does move in real time, but you can pause it, or you can at least slow it down, I should say, to make decisions. So it's not really real time. But you start your level with this like main hub building, and you'll be in a big map that'll be all fog of war, except for the spawn points for these like enemy nests of goo as the villains. And it's just like these literally piles of goo with teeth.
Always was.
And every like on a timer, they build up and then will like pop essentially, and then come raiding to attack that main hub building that you start with. So the game starts, you've got some resources to start with, and it's a matter of like just, you know, building your base, obviously, a la an RTS. The catch is that all of the bases, like your ecosystem works when your bases touch all of your buildings. So you can, like, for example, you have a resource that's just called resources or something like that, I think. Or no, I'm sorry, it's called like effort. And it's your manpower. It's like it's building shit, moving shit, things like this. And you get it by building eco like homes for people to live in and work in. It's like, so you build by, you know, you might build like 5 of those, attach them to the main hub, and now you're producing this much resources. Now you want to build a barracks that can make little soldier guys. You attach that to that, and then you watch. This is really quite cool. You watch the resources, like the little logos for the resources, flow to the building. So as your shit gets bigger and bigger and bigger and stays attached, you can attach it with these free roads that you can build. So if you like find a resource far away, you attach a road to it, and as soon as the road is done getting built, you'll watch the symbol like whoop, like zip down the road and get to the building at the end. And once it's done, you'll watch resources begin flowing back towards your main thing. And so
it's funny you said that, because it has like some Sim City looking
It
vibes.
does. I was just thinking that. It looks like Sin City. That's cool.
Much in Sin City, I guess you build the roads to control the flow of traffic.
Sure.
In this, you build the roads to control the flow of resources, and they all come from one place.
Makes sense.
It's got this really cool thing where the map, as you like control it, and not control it, can troll it, and you'll find like disheveled bases, like the remnants of bases that are like all fucked up and covered in bad guys. So if you take enough guys in there, you can kill all the goo and then like keep them at bay for long enough to like build a road to instantly hook all of the infrastructure that you've just found into your economy to get like a sudden, like, you know what I mean? Like I was exploring the world with my character, like my custom character guy, along with some grunts, and found like a grouping of houses already built, and it wasn't too far from my main base. So I fucked up some guys along the way, and then built these things called thumpers that like are straight up dune thumping grounds that keep the enemies away, and then built a road to all the houses, and then boom, I instantly got all the resources from the houses and had the capacity to build more shit with them.
Sick.
So it's RTS, it's, you know, wave defense, it's got some fun graphics. I liked it. Certainly a much better than Metal Fatigue.
This game looks cool as hell. I like that on the tags, there is actually a genre tag of real time with pause. And I love that because real time with pause is fantastic.
Yeah. I like it. Glory to Goo, me lord. Go check it out on Steam. I think you will like it. Buck, what video game RTS gems do you have for the King
I brought
of Video Games?
2 today. Isn't that funny too? This genre used to be such a baby darling. Shit, Blizzard was like built on the backs of RTSs. I mean, aside from Diablo, Warcraft, and StarCraft, like they built their fortune.
We should do a whole genre episode.
I think
on
we
this
should.
now.
Yeah.
That's just wild that it's true that the genre itself like hasn't innovated much and hasn't become, I don't know. I have some friends that do really still enjoy it, but I just feel like they're so repetitive. Anyway,
we'll cover that there.
The first one I played was one I liked a lot. It's called Last Train Home. It's more of the tactical style RTSs. If you've ever played or heard of Company of Heroes, where like you're moving a squad of guys, and I remember it was World War II or what, around, to different locations, or Myth. You remember Myth 2 for the Macintosh? Myth 2 Soul Blighter, which was dudes on a map, move guys around, kind of like
I
the Total
remember
War
Company
games.
of Heroes, though.
Yeah,
for sure.
on a slower scale. So
Yes.
basically, this game is about your group of soldiers. They're in the war-torn wastelands of Siberia, and you're in command of them as they're in this desperate journey to get home. So they're trying to get like through Russia and through across during a Russian civil war. They're trying to get like through there on a train. So it's on railroad tracks and it's going in one direction, right?
Okay.
And so where the basic premise of the game is, you're on the train stops at places along the way, and you have things to do. Gather resources for your people, whether it be supplies to keep people healthy, food, ammunition, or help people. You come across a village that's being raided by a local, contingent of like the Russian soldiers or something. And they just raided this whole farm and killed a bunch of the people and stole a bunch of the supplies. And you have to make decisions if you're going to intervene or not in those as you go along tracks, right?
Yeah.
And so like Company of Heroes, you have these neat stops where you have to kind of traverse your way through the countryside or through a village. You have different units, guys that are snipers, guys that are grenadiers, bombardiers, guys that are healers, guys that are scouts. Different jobs that they can do. They level up. They get more skills that they can use to help you more efficiently do that tactical RTS portion of the game, right?
Whoa,
and then when you're done there, you will return to the train, and now it becomes a train management simulator, which is, I love this part.
Oh, what sort of things do you have to manage on the train?
So you get on the train. The train has all the different cars, right? It has everything from like an infirmary to like research and like a information station in there.
Dining car.
Yeah, kind of, but no.
Yeah.
And so you have to do all the sim management stuff of that. You have to like cater to the needs of your different members, whether they're sick. You have to assign them based on their stats to different jobs on the train. Like, you're better at repairing. You need to go help fix the engine. You're better at, scouting or doing this. You're going to go sit in the comms room and listen and try to scout ahead on the train tracks of where we're going. All their different jobs they're good at. And it has RPG elements in it where all those characters gain levels and gain more abilities, and you can spread out like what their skill sets are. So they're not good at being a medic. You can teach them to be one if their stats are good for that. And then the train can break down, which means you're now stranded like in the middle. And while you're repairing it, do you decide to go out and scavenge for supplies? Is there a town or a stronghold close enough that's worth, tell you how much time it's going to take to go there? Because sometimes you can just send troops to a place and send them back.
It's an RTS Oregon Trail. That's what it seems like almost. Like, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Definitely has that, but you have a lot more going on the train.
Construct the train tracks, obviously, right? You're just on you have branching paths to
right.
follow, I presume. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I only played for about 2 or so hours, and so I didn't get so far into like what do you do if you have choices at that point. But I didn't, and how like the train upgrades and other things, because I only did a handful of upgrades on the train because it was more about the characters that were there. But you got to recruit new people. Like when you would stop, you'd be like, hey, there's 3 people that are, they're able-bodied enough to join your crew. Do you want to join them? Do you want them to join you? Because that's going to increase the amount of resources that you need to keep on hand and have on hand. But you have more hands on the train to do more jobs. And because it's a train and it's moving all the time, you have to set day crews and night crews for these different jobs.
Wow. It's THQ?
They were the
THQ
they were the
Wow.
they didn't like make it.
Yeah.
They were the whatchamacallit, distributor or whatever.
yeah.
Publishers?
Publisher, thank you.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it's actually, that's really neat.
This
It was
looks
neat.
great.
I
Last
love
Train Home.
I'm a sucker for train sim stuff too, so
Yeah.
if you want to mix your tactical RTS with train sims, you're going to love this.
Pretty cool.
Hell yes.
The other one that I played is Ever Siege. I think it has a longer title. Ever Siege Untold Ages. Ever
Ooh, that's
Siege.
a mouthful.
Yeah, I know. Ever Siege, defend bastion against evil hordes, reclaim lost powers, rebuild ancient ruins, and adapt your tactics to reverse the siege. This was one of those ones that probably is copying like an old Warcraft mod. Like they made an old like
Yes,
Warcraft hero based mod and then turned this into this. And so it's
more
part,
like Dota.
Yeah. Well, it's part MOBA. It's also part tower defense. And then it's one of those hero style RTSs where you're controlling one main hero, but there's a whole, you're starting to keep, and there's a whole map to kind of explore. but there's a main path that all of your troops move along, marching towards the keep of the big bad of whatever challenge that you're doing, right?
Interesting. Like a single player MOBA.
Well,
situation.
that was, and I'll get into that, but that was one of the parts I didn't get to do because this game has 3-player co-op, and that looks like it would be really, really cool.
That
That
actually
does
sounds
sound
really cool. Yeah.
So you control a main character, a main hero, basically, that can have different abilities. You gain levels. You go back to the keep and you level them up as you go, and you go further out and then come back and go further out and come back until you're helping troops get all the way to the end where the boss is, and you're fighting a boss in like RTS, like a Diablo style point and click, kind of sorta, on an isometric view. But you have troops with you to help. And so if you've upgraded things or upgraded, there's towers and such along the way that you can upgrade so that your troops have a better chance of surviving when they get attacked, and more troops will make it up to that boss. So you help push those waves through, you upgrade those towers to do that. And then if you explore out into the wilderness a little bit, there's other resources and upgrades that you can grab that help your character or your base get stronger, which just helps your waves to get to the big bad, whatever it is, of the different boss. There's different bosses, I guess, in different levels of what you're trying to do. So
This is future cop LAPD shit.
yeah.
The multiplayer mode. And
yeah, I mean, that was the part I didn't get to do that looks really cool. Basically, they call it like they call it a siege game where the intent is to reverse the siege. At the beginning, they're sieging your base and you're having to defend yourself and build up defenses. Now you're getting stronger, your guy's getting stronger, and you want to reverse the flow of battle to siege them by the end.
Play this.
It's pretty neat. There's a demo out for it too.
They found the secret to making MOBAs bearable, which is to eliminate the other people in the game. Yeah,
I'd play this. Yeah.
The enemies.
Right.
I don't want them to be screaming children who have obscenities. Yes.
Yeah.
But there's different characters to play as. There's a bunch of different spells and things that I didn't even get to see. A bunch of different troop types. And again, the co-op look, I mean, the single player was fun, don't get me wrong, but I after like 1 or 2 plays, I was like, all right, I'm good. But once I learned there was a co-op, I was like, dang, that sounds like it would be a lot of fun. Play a 3-player co-op against the AI, help each other out. And
Ever Siege Untold Ages. Very fun. Honestly,
Very cool.
That does look cool.
Yeah.
Give me a copy of my. How much was it?
One.
that one was this one actually doesn't come out till March, so I played the demo of it. So it still doesn't come out 2 months from now. So it's a brand new
wishlisted
game.
it. Yeah,
Brand
that's
new.
good.
It's a good. All right, Raph. What are your RTS gems for the king of video games?
Well, I played 3 RTS games. Actually, let's go with 2.5, really. And I'll get into that. So the first one I played was actually, I went way back in time with this one. This predates StarCraft. This is Total Annihilation, released on September 30th, 1997. Developed by Cave Dog Entertainment and published by Wargaming.net? No, actually not. According to Steam, that's who published it. But this game was originally published by GT Interactive, aka Atari. Yeah, I know. I learned a lot about this game, actually. Like, I went ahead and just kind of like did a little bit of research on it after I played it for a little bit. Total Annihilation is old, very old. So old that it's actually formative. It's like an important moment in the history of the RTS genre. It was the first RTS game to feature 3D characters, movement, and environment. And then apparently the lead designer, Chris Taylor, ended up like leaving the company, made Supreme Commander in 2007, which is another really big RTS title. But yeah, the game's story revolves around 2 factions, ARM and Core. They've been at war for over 4,000 years, and over some form of transhumanist
grilled cheese.
Oh yes, they really want to make the proper grilled cheese, and one group says that it needs potatoes, the other one doesn't. They're arguing over some transhumanist ideology bullshit. Most of the galaxy's resources have been consumed, and now the remnants of these 2 armies are fighting to the death. So it's almost got like this weird post-apocalyptic vibe where you're like the last remnants of humanity in the galaxy. The gameplay revolves around these commander units. They're powerful units that are also irreplaceable. When you get these commander units, they're how you build things at first. Eventually, you can build other builder units, but they build things slower, but they also use less resources.
Interesting.
Yes, the commander units have other abilities as well that are make them very powerful, but they are indispensable. If they die, then you basically have lost. Something really interesting, there's only 2 units of like currency or resources in this game, And this sort of differentiates it from a lot of games of the era. These resources are unique in that they are infinite and they replenish at a constant rate. Now you can place certain structures down that will have them replenish faster, because let's say you are constructing units and you've run out of metal. It's metal and energy are the two units. If you run out of metal, then you can't build any more units until it replenishes enough. And then if you run out of energy, then your energy weapons that are there for defenses are not going to function anymore. So it has a fairly complex and deep like resource economy in comparison to a lot of other RTS titles at the time. The cool thing about this game is the environments too. They have like environmental effects. So you can use the terrain to like funnel units into an area and then drop artillery on them. Or if their map is like a windy map, like there's windy conditions, you can build a wind farm with like windmills and shit like that. Yeah, I know. It's
neat. That's a neat, like a little addition. I don't think I've seen a whole lot in an RTS game.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, I jumped into this game and I had no fucking clue what I was doing, and I had a really hard time.
That's what RTS stands for.
Yeah, right. I have no fucking clue what I'm doing. But after playing it for a little bit, I was like, oh shit, I'm actually having a little bit of fun with this, because RTS games are not really my thing. And then I forgot the best thing about this game is that the soundtrack was composed by Jeremy fucking Soule. That's fucking amazing. I
totally forgot about that. The original Total Annihilation you're talking about, right?
Total Annihilation.
Totally
I had no idea.
That was somewhere in the memory banks.
So the next game that I played is actually that half a game. It's sort of a game that came out in 2017, but it's kind of an homage, like an indie homage to this game. It's called Rusted Warfare RTS. I think it's also a mobile game, pretty sure.
Okay.
Not quite sure.
I saw you playing this.
Yeah, it's developed and published by Corroding Games, which I'm fairly certain is like one dude or some shit.
Corroding Games, and the game was called Rust. Something.
Yeah, it's very cute. It was made as a very obvious homage to Total Annihilation. It plays like a low budget, simplified version of the game. The AI was okay. The game was very cheap. It was like $5. I think Total Annihilation was also $5. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, but it's 30 years old.
Exactly. But yeah, where this game really shines though is the mod support. It's got a extremely active modding community. Some of the examples of stuff that I found in the mod list on the workshop was Napoleonic Wars Total Conversion mod, a mod that makes the game into a tactical RPG a la like Project Zomboid, like meets like Stalker. There's a Warhammer 40k Total Conversion mod, Zombie Apocalypse mods, World War II stuff, a Warcraft mod, a bunch of Star Wars mods, like a whole shitload of Star Wars mods, various environmental mods, some quality of life shit. It's worth the $5. Check it out. If you have friends, I bet you would be a lot of fun, because like I
don't have any friends.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I don't know what that's like, but I don't know what it's like having friends. It's
you can fight Tim Curry in
space.
Yeah.
But all of this leads me to the last game that I played that actually, unfortunately for you guys watching at home, we're listening at home, the sale probably already ended. I'm pretty sure. I think it ends in a few days. But Disney put a bunch of shit on sale recently. Disney games. And amongst those Disney games were Star Wars. So I found a game.
Disney RTS are you playing?
Yeah. I found a game called Star Wars Empire at War that I'd never played before. It was on sale for like $7. This came out in like 2006. And it was developed by Petroglyph. Published obviously by LucasArts, Lucasfilm, Disney currently. But yeah, it's a cool mix of like RTS and like a 4X grand strategy game. Like it's almost like those total war games. So you have an economy to manage as well as ground and space battles to engage in. So when you're doing the galactic stuff, you are building units.
I've forgotten about this completely, man.
Dude, it was I was surprised. I had a really good time playing this. I had never I'd heard of it, but it was one of those I jumped into it and I was like, holy shit, this is really cool. But you have the galactic map that you have to like build units on the map. You have to build units on different planets. You can like build up like armadas and then combine them, move them to different places and invade. And then when you invade these planets, then it goes into that RTS style sort of gameplay. And when you're on the ground, you don't have like, it's like a more limited system of like RTS where you don't necessarily build buildings. You capture certain points that you can spawn people in, but you can only spawn the people in that you brought with you on the excursion. man, this game was really well produced. The sound is excellent. I mean, it's got all the amazing Star Wars music, the amazing Star Wars sound effects. You could, if you wanted to, recreate your favorite battles from the movies. And the coolest thing for this, like for me, was that there was a cinematic camera. You can hit space, and you can have them attack each other and just hit
Hold
space.
on, wait, you hit space?
Space.
Yeah.
If you
You just hit space,
space.
and you could just watch the battle happening like amongst the soldiers running around shooting each other, and you could see it's really cool.
Dude, I can't believe you found this. I mean, really memory unlocked for me, because I remember playing this. I remember, obviously, my favorite part was to fly as the, what were they, the Y-Wings, the one that have the tow cables. Or is that the A-Wing? And that you could fly around that
Yes, yeah.
with the tow cables, but it's point and click, so you're like, click, click, click to make it like fly around it.
Oh, what?
Trip it up with the toe. But gosh, memory unlocked for this. Holy smokes. And the cinematic
space
mode we were talking
combat
about
was really cool. I was like, oh shit, like watching these little space battles is pretty fun. Like you build like the big like the big cruisers, and then like a bunch of X-Wings or TIE fighters come out of them like in a swarm, and they'll fight each other and stuff. And yeah, it's a pretty gnarly game, man. Check it out if you can still get it while it's on sale. If you were lucky enough to get it on sale, go play it, because it's fucking cool.
It used to be so mesmerizing to just watch NPCs do stuff.
Yeah.
It was why I liked the this is sidetrack, but the necromancer in Diablo 2 is because it was just like, watch the skeletons, they run and kill stuff. See that? You know what I mean? It's like the space battles. It's like, look at them, they're flying around killing each other. Oh man, that's fucking crazy. Like imagine 2012 or whenever when this was made. That's awesome. Empire at War, Star Wars. I have never heard of this, but this looks cool as hell.
Haven't seen it in 20 years.
Very good. Well, my lord, I hope that those gems quench your thirst and that you can go to the bathroom, because it's everywhere, as that guy said.
Mom, bathroom.
You're gonna die in that game, my lord. Anyhow, we're gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, we're gonna do our what else you got and go ahead and end our show. See you on the other side.
Not enough ass. You require more ass.
All right, we're back, and it is time for our What Else You Got, the segment of our show where we can bring anything to the table, be it video game or otherwise. This week, I have a video game. It's kind of the video game that I started playing that made me want to do this episode. I mean, peek behind the curtain. I've been playing on Game Pass Manor Lords.
Oh yeah.
So developed by Slavic Magic, published by Hooded Horse. It was released in early access in 2024. It's really more of a city builder than it is an RTS. It's like there is RTS stuff in it, in that sometimes you have to do combat, but the real bulk of the game is more like The Sims, where you're managing a medieval town, and so you'll have to like you need to build a hunting ground so that you can hunt for game. But there's like just the long and short of it is there's just like a bunch of systems. This is a game that you can pause time in as well, which you absolutely need to, because the main like currency in the game is families.
I'm sure. Just like
Just
any medieval village, right?
Medieval village, just like
yeah.
how many men do we have? You know what I mean? And so you start you like make a match, and I made a round where like the first round that I made was like the objective was just to build my village to a certain size, and I turned off enemy spawns and stuff like this. But there's a whole bunch of custom game modes and like pre-made scenarios that recreate like historical things and shit like this. It's very detailed and cool, but
it's like ActRaiser.
I guess if ActRaiser was based on like a real events or whatever.
You're supposed to be like a Norse god, and has that all the turn-based portions of it, right? Where you raise up the people, and the more population you have is how you do things.
Yeah, sure.
That's cool.
But anyhow, because there's no action part is why it's not like
sure.
ActRaiser.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just
I
that.
get
So anyhow, it's more like an RTS. But it's just very beautiful as well. The way the building stuff works, like it will flex to, like, it's not like StarCraft or something where it's like on a grid and you'll get to a part where it's like you can't build there. It'll be like you can build there, but we'll have to destroy these trees. Is that okay? Because trees are a resource, like a valuable one. So it's just like You can put, and then it's just like you build roads to places to make it to where your guys can get to things faster, or sometimes have to like pull a cart as part of their job. And if there's not a road there, it sucks for them and it's hard to do. So you can build roads that are just like crazy custom. They're not like this like Sims where it's just straight. You can like hold control and spin the scroll wheel and make them make very interesting shapes. And so it just you get a really cool little sandbox to build a little medieval town in. But like the back to the family's resources, like the game that I started off, it started me off with 5 families, and then it's just like build them homes and then assign them homes. Now give their family a job to do. And it'll be like you guys are the carpenters. So you work at the mill. So do you have a son or do you have a daughter? You have a son? Perfect. He works at the mill too. The woman does not work at the mill because women do not do that work. So it's just like she can't be assigned to that role. But there is a food storage building that I have that needs someone to work there. So she will work there, and or she can work at the berry picking building or whatever like this. It's very cool. And then there's elements to, as you progress and grow your town, you'll unlock the ability to pick traits for your village. For example, on my game, I picked a perk as like my first thing that unlocked the ability to have my hunters unlock the technology of hunting dog. And so all of my like hunting cabinets got the ability to like click to make dogs, and then the dogs would populate the things in any like hunting ground that had dogs out it got more big game per trip. The reason I picked that is because where I randomly started in that game, I was next to when a resource like hunting grounds or like pickable fruit is around, there'll just straight up be a logo that says like, by the way, if you put a hunting grounds near here, you will get animals. There are animals here to get.
Right.
Yeah,
but they'll have
in-depth.
They'll have varying degrees of I don't know how to say it, like output for those resources. So what I was getting at is I spawned by a spot in the woods that had like a level 3 hunting grounds. And so I was like, okay, so my village that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to specialize in that. And it's just like that perk with the dog hunting thing also had like a negative side, which is just like, when you import like metal from another town, it costs you more or something like that. And there's a bunch of these, and they all have like logical like bonuses and drawbacks. Like there's one where you become a trading town, but the downside is that you're really bad at raising cattle. Or you can become a cattle town, and the downside is you're really bad at fighting. Or you can just become a militaristic town. The downside is like people charge you more when you try to do business with them.
It's like all the outposts in Mad Max.
Yeah.
Like Bullet Town and Gasoline Town.
The last thing that I want to mention is that you can press a button, much like in the game Raph mentioned, you become your little lord.
Very cool.
That you make at the beginning of the game, and you go down and become the size of a normal NPC in your town, and you can walk around the town that you've made.
That's awesome.
And that's
fucking
cool.
dope, yeah.
And when you get to the point where you have to make a military, your initial military is like a militia. That's the first type of military you can make.
Yeah.
And all it does is basically you have to, in order to make a militia, you have to produce weapons for your families.
Yeah, your
and then
peasants are now militia.
Put them in a place where they can grab them. You assign them to the weapons, and then if you become invaded, you have to rally them. And hopefully you do it in time to where you can like double check them, because they have to run and grab their own stuff, and then they'll like report to a place, and you can become small and literally like walk around to every one of them and be like, does everyone have their shit? Does everyone got their fucking shit? Like, it's very cool, man.
It's like a volunteer fire department.
Yeah,
It's very, very interesting. But you get like a military later where you're like, okay, now I have straight up people who are knights and whatever, and they don't do anything else.
Age of Empires, you have to get there, right?
Yeah, it's like Age of Empires, but much prettier. And yeah. So it's cool. Go check it out. Manor Lords. It's on Game Pass. It's game preview state still. Like I said, I don't know when it's been in that for almost 2 years now.
Nice.
But it's cool. Go check it out.
Right.
That is all I have for today. Buck, what else do you have for us?
You guys know I have gushed about the Proto-Men's Act 3 coming out, right?
Oh, yeah.
I just wanted to mention this in
Yes.
passing. The pre-orders and the early sales did so well. It is currently number 9 on the Billboard 100.
Whoa.
Wait, what?
Cool. Good for them.
Nerd
That's
music.
dope.
That's really cool, right? They've
Yeah.
been super excited about that. Okay. There's a new Facebook page that I've been following that is dangerous for all of us. It's basically if Raph's job was just to find us indie games to play.
Okay.
Ooh,
It's a
okay.
Facebook page called Niche Gamer. They have almost as many followers as Retro. They have almost 100,000 followers. It's really cool. And this guy, gal, nice person just finds all kinds of. I have so many demos for the two of you to try on retro games. I mean, on indie games now. It is. I forgot you. I've got you a platformer Mac that has like Inscription shit going on.
Oh, cool.
And I've got one for you, Raph. That's like a horror platformer, I think.
Okay.
And then there's a anime investigator Miles Edgeworth style new game. I have a bunch for you. We'll get in. We can get into those later. We'd be here all
Cool.
day. And I got one more thing because this just came in.
It's the cardboard cutout of Kyle right now.
It's another VGM vinyl.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
What'd you get
boy.
this time, man?
Let's see.
These are piling up fast. Oh,
Abso-
wow.
oh, shit.
Absalom, the game we just started playing that Buck has fallen in love with.
I mean, I
didn't
don't know
realize
if-
the music. I never really
Well,
take
Ge-
note of it.
Gareth Coker, who did both of the Ori games, did the soundtrack to this game.
Wow.
Oh.
And if you've gotten to the first big boss, the Underworld King or whatever his name is,
Yes.
the skeleton man, Mick Gordon does that theme song for him.
What?
no
Doom guy.
way.
Shit.
Yeah.
It is
So-
pretty fucking rocking.
That's
And-
pretty metal.
If you didn't catch the cover of this, which is obviously beautiful and
That
has
is gorgeous,
the
yeah.
4 characters on the inside spread as well,
Shit.
um,
In red.
pop open your Spotify video because this has one of the coolest looking vinyl spreads I have seen.
Oh, I want to
Thus
see this.
far.
Let's see it. Oh, that's cool.
Dang.
What a
It's
cool looking disc is that, huh?
White, red, and black.
Like with a neat
Little star pattern.
star
Yeah.
splattered outwards. Yes,
That's
but
fun.
this
Man,
is
I
one of
gotta
those
get this
soundtracks.
game. I gotta get it.
It's
yeah,
awesome.
We gotta
Yeah.
play. It's so fun. I have almost beaten the second island. I've gotten to the boss there twice now, so I'm getting strong. I really like Braum.
mean,
I've been using Braum
yeah.
a lot.
Could we start? I'll have to start a new game with you, Buck. Like where
No.
I start my own, and then you come into mine and help me where I'm at.
Yeah, that's how the multiplayer
Because I don't want
works.
to. Me and Tish have our own game,
Okay.
and then Raph, we could start our own as well on mine.
Well,
where we
however,
just couch
yeah, whatever,
co-op.
whoever
Yeah.
has the, it's like the good old school campaign style, right? Like whoever's lower on the campaign track,
Yeah.
it goes to theirs automatically to avoid spoilers. And then
Yeah,
if you were to
makes sense.
surpass the other person and catch up, then it does that. But I mean, I had once again, I ran through it again, and when I got to there's an area where you get on one of the boats, like a ship with one of the like the bandits that you make friends with, and like my 4th time on this ship. And they're like, "We're being boarded." I'm like, "Whoa, this has never happened before." Oh shit! And all of a sudden, I'm like they again D&D Shadows over Mystara.
Yeah.
Like you play, you think you're playing through the same sections, air quotes, over and over again, but there's so many changes and different branching paths that they keep it so interesting.
We'll play it. We'll play it, Raph. We'll play it, Buck. Raph, what else have you got?
I've got a scary game for you guys.
Yay!
Oh.
Yeah. So I've
It's
been
only
playing.
January.
Oh my! Yeah, no, I've been playing a game called No Skin. This was released on February
It's a
16th of
little on the
2025.
nose, Raph. Sorry.
Oh, it sure is. It sure is. But it's
Turns
pretty
out you
cool.
have
I'm
skin,
not gonna lie.
This
I was
one's
pretty
called
impressed by it.
Blood Game.
Blood Rain. No,
Yeah.
So it's developed by a group called No Eye Soft, and the genre is a roguelite horror RPG. The
Cool.
plot.
I'm listening.
Yes, the plot revolves around a girl named Noir, and she's at a party with her gal friends. When she retreats to the bathroom after a few drinks, on the way to the bathroom, she is confronted by the No Skin Man, a guy with no fucking skin, and he's demanding his skin back. He's just yelling at her to get his skin back. He then curses Noir to see everything as it truly is until she comes back with his skin. At that point, the game begins, and you have to enter random rooms in the house, and each room has random events that could occur. It tells you the probabilities of these events that could happen before you choose the rooms. You got a choice of 3 each time. The most common event is combat. And you typically have to fight one of Noir's friends, who, as a result of the curse, seems to look like some sort of gruesome Lovecraftian horror. The combat, it plays out similarly to something like Earthbound, where it's got this like first-person turn-based look to it. You have a limited number of actions. Each turn, you could just do one action, I guess. Actions include things like attacking with a knife or a gun, praying to the moon goddess, which reduces any damage that you take on the next attack to 1.
Naturally.
And then attempting to escape, which has a probability next to it. It tells you what the probability to escape is.
What does that one do?
Yeah, right? Yeah. I wonder. So there's additional actions you can take that take no actions. You can just keep doing them over and over again in your turn until you either run out of whatever resource or
take
whatnot.
these strange pills or smoke the cigarette.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, you can use the items in your bag, and you can keep using them until you either run out of them or whatever, you don't want to.
It's so high that you pass out.
At
some point,
ass.
No, it actually is very, very cool. I was pretty impressed by it.
Turn-based horror games out. You know how much I love to look outside.
And it's a roguelike, so it changes really every time that you progress. You can also later on you get the ability to talk to the monsters, so you can have a dialogue with them, and the dialogue actually changes under certain circumstances. There's one monster that when it's close to death has like a different set of dialogue than when it's not close to death.
It was like Shin Megami Tensei.
But yeah, along with the RPG elements, there's also the horror side to No Skin. Sometimes the game fucks with you. This is like a la like Inscription or whatever, where I was playing the other night and the game crashed. It just suddenly crashed, brought me back to my desktop, and there was a fatal error screen. It actually really scared me. It made me jump. I was like, what the fuck is going on with my computer?
Ooh, like some Eternal Darkness stuff.
Yeah,
cool.
I thought it broke, and then the game immediately started back up, and I was right back where I was at.
Love it.
Which was very, very disquieting. One enemy glitched and became another character that... Play it. I won't tell you what that character was, but I was
cut
like,
it out.
What the fuck is that?
Sounds badass.
Nice. Once you defeat enemies, when you defeat enemies, you get these shards, and the shards can be used to purchase items in the run. You also get these lunar shards that when you die can be traded in with the lunar goddess to get permanent upgrades. That you'll find them in the run. They're not like immediately available. You'll find them in the run, kind of like really any other like roguelite that has that same sort of mechanics. But anyway, overall, it was a really cool little game. It's got great atmosphere, surprising amount of depth, and some pretty good scares, and it's fucking cheap. It's like $5, I want to say. So check it out.
Hell yes, No Skin.
Mm-hmm.
This looks awesome, and it is cheap. Yeah, I think I'm gonna buy this. Okay, that actually does it. Sorry. For this episode, the Game Treasure Podcast. Thank you so much for watching or listening. If you could do me a huge favor, make sure to like and subscribe and share this podcast. It really helps us a lot. If you are just listening to this on your favorite podcasting app, may I suggest you head on over to our YouTube and subscribe to us there as well. We stream there, so you don't want to miss those. So you got to subscribe there so you can get alerts on your phone on the weekends. You can watch us play video games. You can email us at gametreasurepodcast@gmail.com with any questions, comments, or games you want us to play. Head on over to our linktree /thegtp, where you can find our merch store. We've got fun designs for hats and t-shirts and whatnot. You can also find our Patreon there, patreon.com/thegtp. We last week did an episode with David Jaffe, the creator of God of War and Twisted Metal, and that episode is here on our regular stream, or our regular feed, I should say. But it's an hour and 20 minutes, I want to say, because it's long. Turns out David Jaffe is a talker. I didn't have to make as many notes as I did. And so on our Patreon, we have a full-length version of the interview available. It is an hour and 50 minutes, so it's got 30 extra minutes of David Jaffe talking about playing the Atari as a child and how many people he pissed off at Sony. You're not going to get any of those juicy fun things that he mentioned unless you go to the Patreon.
Fun. He was very real.
And for just $5, you can subscribe and get access to that and our UFO deep dive content. You could watch all of that in a month, and then you unsubscribe, and
Don't tell
you've
him to
done
do
us a
that.
service.
No.
No, we gotta get a snowball effect going so we can produce more of those things. Anyhow, linktree.com/thegtp. We gotta thank Crunkwitch for the use of our theme song, Clash of the Droids. You can find them on Apple Music, Spotify, pretty much anywhere you can find music on the internet. And last but not least, we need to thank RetroGameTreasure.com, owned and operated by the Megabuck himself. RetroGameTreasure.com is a subscription service that helps you grow your retro video game collection. So no more hunting, no more fucking driving 30 minutes to just look at 10 Game Boy games and then trying to convince yourself to buy Metroid 2 because you just don't, you're like, I don't know, this is all they have. Instead, you tell Buck, I own a Game Boy. You find the games, fucko, and then Buck does the painstaking work of using your profile, which you select your gaming genres that you prefer, even sub-genres, may I dare say. And then Buck goes through a massive warehouse of games that he has and then builds you a custom box and then sends it to you to add to your collection in perpetuity. So go now, start collecting video games the easy way today with RetroGameTreasure.com. Until next week, though, my name is Max Stein, and I love the Game Treasure Podcast. It's so bad.
It's so bad.
Raiders, bro.